The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are taking on the Hollywood paparazzi. The royal couple alleging their privacy was invaded when photos of their son, Prince Archie, were taken in their backyard without their permission. After officially stepping away from their royal duties in March, Prince Harry and actress Meghan Markle moved to Los Angeles. July 23rd, the couple filed suit after a paparazzi photo of their 14-month-old son, purportedly taken on a family outing in Malibu, was being shopped to media outlets. The lawsuit says baby Archie has never been to Malibu, and the photo was taken in the couple's backyard.
The relief that's available and the relief they're looking for might be two different things. They might be just filing this lawsuit as kind of a warning shot to anyone who's looking to potentially buy these photographs, that if you buy this photograph, you're going to be buying a lawsuit and you're going to be named as a defendant as one of these does.
According to the lawsuit, paparazzi and media outlets have flown drones as low as 20 feet above their home to try to take pictures of the Duke and Duchess and royal baby Archie.
Well, the law says you can't use a drone or any kind of electronic gadget, such as a telephoto long-distance lens, to invade someone's privacy in a way that discloses private, intimate gatherings in your home. It'll be up to a judge to decide whether or not what happened here offends reasonable norms in terms of what happened.
The lawsuit details some of the other privacy struggles the royals have faced. They say they were forced to put up a large mesh fence to guard against telephoto lenses, and that helicopters fly over their home as early as 5:30 a.m. on a regular basis, waking baby Archie and disturbing their neighbors. Whether the suit will be successful depends.
I know a lot of people that have drones and use them as hobbies, and they have cameras attached. And if you put that drone where it doesn't belong and take pictures of people in a compromising or private position, you could be civilly liable for trouble, damages, and penalties.
This case could serve as a good legal lesson for anyone taking pictures with a drone.
If they can find the names of the people who did this, because right now they've sued 100 Doe defendants, which are fictitious defendants, but they can find out who actually did it and get a court order, a restraining order, before the photos are distributed to the internet or published, then they can win. But it's possible the photographs will be distributed on the internet before they find out who did this.
Among other things, the Duke and Duchess are looking to discover the identities of the photographers and to put on notice anyone who may be seeking to purchase or publish those pictures.
And it's understandable. I mean, I'm sure Harry still blames the paparazzi for the death of his mother, so that relationship is just broken. And he doesn't trust him, doesn't want him around, wants some sense of normalcy here. Let's bring in Julie Grant. Julie, life will never be, they'll never have a normal life. I mean, it's par for the course. But they've moved before, right? Once before because, someone discovered where they were living. Which brings me to the question, like, if you're living in L.A., I mean, I've been to L.A. a few times. Wherever you go, they sell the maps to the stars' homes. You go on the internet, you can find out where all the stars live. Maybe they just have to move somewhere a little more obscure, somewhere a little less crowded with paparazzi.
Right, probably, Vinny. Their first pick was Canada. So remember, at the beginning of this year, they announced that they were stepping back from the royal duties. And initially, they moved to a really small town in Canada. They said it was peaceful, it was quiet, life was seemingly perfect. And part of this move and part of the decision to step away was because they were upset about fabrications, they said, were happening all the time in the tabloids in the UK. And when they got to Canada, everything was great until a British tabloid, the Daily Mail, published their exact location. And they said this disturbance was so great to them and to the surrounding community that they moved very quickly to LA. They went to a very safe, gated community. Everything was fine for about 6 weeks. And then the same thing happened again. The Daily Mail published their own location once again. And now here we are with this lawsuit. So they've been trying to avoid the paparazzi. They descended immediately both times when they learned of their exact residence location. And perhaps they do need to move somewhere more secluded, out of the spotlight even further, because as they say in the lawsuit, the paparazzi are just relentless.
Now, the three words have been thrown around a lot, right, in the last few months due to COVID. But due to COVID, are these paparazzi pictures a little, more valuable? Because I don't think the jet setters are out there all the time. Now, a lot of people are just at home.
Absolutely. Celebs are like the rest of us, staying home, sheltering in place, trying to be safe. There aren't as many gatherings. There aren't red carpet events, public appearances, opportunities for the paps to take the photographs like they used to. There's a theory that attorney Jeff Lewis, the First Amendment attorney we spoke to for the piece, has. I want to take a little listen to some of what he said about the demand for that kind of photography.
I have a theory, and I think it's a well thought out theory, that with everybody shut in and all the celebrities staying shut in, there is increased demand for new, fresh photos of celebrities. And that increased demand, I think, has put pressure on the paparazzi to get photographs that they may not otherwise get, and to use techniques that are more aggressive than they otherwise would use. And so I think that you can draw a connection between the shutdown, a hunger for more photographs, and the aggressive drone tactics that are alleged in this lawsuit.
So these photographs of precious little baby Archie might have been taken by a drone. That's a very distinct possibility. And we're hearing the term dronerazzi, Vinny. That's something that's being thrown around with this case here, because they could have come, from that, or perhaps from one of the helicopters flying by, one of the telephoto lenses placed somewhere. Who knows? They've even said some paparazzi have cut holes in their security fence to get photographs of this precious little angel. So who knows how they were ascertained, but they want to find out with this lawsuit, that is for sure.
Yeah, and I understand these are parents protecting their child. I mean, the child's just born into it, kind of like Harry was born into it. But Archie is like super cute, by the way, Julie.
Right?
I mean, the couple of pictures that they have released are amazing.
I
right?
know. I know. Yeah, he is just so precious. And, one last thing I'll leave you with, Vinny, if I may, please, is that the couple, they're really reasonable in the suit, and they make a distinction with photographs of them and photographs of their precious little baby, because they say when they thrust themselves into the public eye for all the different work they do, whether it's charity work or advocacy or whatever they're doing, they realize that photos of them are newsworthy in a sense. So they expect to be photographed. They understand the public wants to see that, but they feel like this is really crossing the line, and they call it harassment in the lawsuit, because this is their baby at their home, and these pictures of him are unauthorized, and they have that reasonable expectation of privacy that every American citizen enjoys, and it doesn't matter whether they're royal or not. They enjoy the same protections under the state constitution and the United States Constitution.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want some strange drone flying over my house either. So I
Right?
get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Julie Grant, thank you so much.